Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode we're going to be reverse searing a tomahawk steak using the kettle barbecue. I hear you asking, what is reverse searing? By slowly bringing the steak to temperature and finishing it with a hot sear, the results are wonderful. You get evenly cooked steak to your liking. This can also be done in the oven or with a sous vide machine. Check out those videos on our channel. To start off with, you want to light a chimney of charcoal. I personally like using clean heat charcoal. It burns hot and it burns for a really long time. If you're going to reverse sear a steak, it needs to be at least an inch thick, thicker the better. This beautiful tomahawk steak is perfect for reverse searing. Pat your steak dry with paper towel. This will get rid of any moisture. This will also help the steak evenly cook. Season with coarse salt, then black pepper. I'm using G-Fresh's great range of dried herbs and spices. Now your steak is seasoned, it's time to start cooking. Once your barbecue settles at about a temperature of 250 Fahrenheit or 125 Celsius, it's time to cook your steak. Place your steak on the opposite side of the barbecue away from the coals. This is called indirect cooking, which I'm pretty sure you already know. Cover with the lid, make sure to check the temperature of the barbecue every 10 to 15 minutes. Cook the steak until it reaches an internal temperature of 130 or 54 Celsius. When the steak is close to reaching the temp, we want to light a chimney of charcoal. The reason why we cook at a few degrees under the normal temp for medium rare is to give ourselves a bit of a buffer room when we go to sear the steak. Now that the steak has reached the desired temperature, we want to take it off to rest. Add the freshly lit charcoal to the barbecue ready for direct grilling. We want it nice and hot to sear the outside of the steak as quickly as possible. Sear the tomahawk steak for 1.5 to 3 minutes on one side. Then turn it over and sear the other side for the same amount of time. You want the outside of the steak to have a beautiful crust. Take it off and rest it for a couple of minutes. Because you rested it before you seared it, it won't need as much time resting. All that's left to do is to slice into it. Look how perfectly cooked it is, medium rare. There you have it, reverse seared tomahawk steak. Once you give this a go, you won't cook your steak any other way. Perfectly cooked the way you like it, edge to edge, tender and moist. Also, cooking it on the kettle barbecue gives an extra level of flavour. I've topped off my tomahawk steak with some chimichurri. You can find the recipe on the channel. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments.